It's me. Leave a message at the beep.
Hey, man. Hey, how's it going? So I was, I was doing some research for let's say a client of mine. I don't know. It turns out Google is pretty tricky when it comes to stuff. So, forget that for a minute. I just want to ask your personal advice. How do you remove protein stains from things? Wine from clothes or blood and human hair from the front grill of your car. You know what? I should probably go. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do. Okay, talk to you later, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back to the podcast, guys. Hey, what the hell? It is 9:26. What does that mean? Well, it means the kids are well back at school, and I get to, sleep in. Thanks to the old lady taking the kids to school. Oh my gosh, that's wonderful, and I love it so much. I do. I love it. I love it so much. This week I've got Ty Anderson back in studio. Thanks, Ty Anderson, Ty the voice guy, for coming in and, doing his thing. It's great. I love having guests. So with that said, you know what? Let's just get right on to this week's podcast, a sponsor. This week's podcast is brought to you in part by Sleeping In. Sleeping In. It's what you get to do if your wife lets you while she's taking the kids to school. Sleeping In. It's pretty awesome. You should really try it. It's really pretty awesome. Sleeping In. If you do it right, it's not just what's for breakfast and lunch, but it's also what's for dinner. And by the way, if it goes longer than that, you may be in a coma, so maybe get a doctor to look at that, because that doesn't sound right. I'm just saying, it doesn't sound right.
You're going to use this footage at another time where you're going to use it against me. That's almost John Ratzenberger.
That's funny. Is that Norm?
That's
Cliff.
That's Cliff Clavin. I want to tell you something, Sammy. 98% of all people that come into a bar are looking to get intoxicated.
Oh my God, you're Cliff Clavin? You're a legend at our post office.
Yeah, I'm a legend in my own mind too, but I'm also a legend at the post office I work at.
Well, just yesterday, my boss said, "Jim, pull your head out of your Clavin."
My God, I've heard that more than once, my friend.
All right.
I was thinking about, for some reason, John Ratzenberger. I have children, and we watch a lot of Disney movies, especially Pixar. Only Pixar. I show up in every Pixar movie ever made. Almost ever made. Yep. I love John.
So, Ty, you were going to tell me a story.
Oh, yeah. So, back in the day, back in the 80s, I had decided that me and this guy that I was with were going to hitchhike down to Las Vegas from Seattle. And that's quite a distance. So, we were watching the video earlier about a pedophile and that thing about the saying that being gay is a sickness and that you can catch it. Mm-hmm. So anyway, as we got into California, got into Southern California, every time that we were hitchhiking on the highway, most of the time somebody would pull up in a car, a guy pull up in a car and put one finger up. Meaning that he only wanted one person to get in the car.
Oh. No, keep going.
Yeah. So that happened a lot. So upon this long excursion from Seattle to Las Vegas, we saw and experienced many things. Spent some time with these two whacked out chicks on PCP at the beach in Santa Monica. As we were leaving that area, we got into the back of a truck and caught traffic on the highway we were on, and a car was on fire in the middle of the highway. All new things to me, new experiences. We were hitchhiking in Nevada, trying to get into Vegas. I think we were just outside of Cactus Pete's or whatever the casino is, just as you get in over the border. And a trucker went by, and I yelled, "Well, fuck you!" It wasn't a trucker; it was a guy It's right. It was a guy in a pickup truck with a camper on the back. He pulled over, and goes, "What'd you say?" I said, "Thank you." "Well, come on, boys, I'll give you a ride." That's just being nice and kind. I'll give you a ride. So,
you dumb bastard.
Yeah, we got a ride to Vegas, and there the gentleman that I hitchhiked with decided to rip off $300 from my grandparents and take off from town.
Jesus.
But I came back up to town for a little while and found him. Well, we'll just leave it at that. So anyway, what do we got going on next?
Well, my question to that is, what, PCP is one drug that I don't know anything about. Like, what does it do?
Just alters your mind in a negative way.
Ooh, that must be why it doesn't seem terribly popular.
No.
Like, I've never known anybody who had... I've known people with all kinds of drug problems. I've never met anyone who's like, yeah, I have a problem doing PCP. I've met people who've done it a few times and then been like, forget it, I'm out.
Yeah, I could never find anybody that would possibly be addicted to that.
Boy, just miserable.
Yeah, I could find better things to get addicted to, like buying record albums. Because albums...
That could be an expensive habit.
Oh, right now, yeah.
So, let's, So we're going to move on to hot streams.
Hot streams. Hot streams for your face. Hot streams for your face.
Hot streams. I can dig that.
So there's okay, so we'll lead into it here. So yeah, hot streams for your face. So there's the show. What's the name of the segment? You heard the jingle. I'm sure you've watched at least that part of the podcast.
I have, and it's just still funny every time.
So there's a show on the BBC called Would I Lie to You? And it's a panel show where they bring in people, well-known British comedians, and there's two teams, and there's different segments where they'll show someone and say, who is this person to you, or what is this item to you? And they have to read a card, and on the card is either the truth or a lie. Now, if it's the truth, they know what the truth is. If it's a lie, it's the first time they've ever seen it, and they have to defend it. Yeah. So this is a clip from that of the absolute funniest scene ever, with David Mitchell on the questioning team, and I think his name is Peter O'Doherty on the... Anyway.
This is one of the pairs of leg warmers for birds that I have made. I would have brought more, but birds are using them.
Could you show us these
leg warmers for birds? True or false?
True.
Well,
I live beside the canal, and the swans are very unhappy around there.
The swans? You've tried to put a leg warmer on a swan?
He hasn't tried to, he succeeded.
A swan? So they're trying to feed it over the webbing, and he doesn't get crushed. It's got a great big beak on us.
Everyone knows about this, but if you befriend the swan, the first thing, you befriend the swan when the wings go up like that, and then generally the next thing they go like that, as in make me leg warmers. That's it.
They for swans?
David, they would break your arm if you went near them.
Famously.
That's what they do.
They break your arm and then the queen
break your arm and then the queen eats them.
How do you get them over the feet?
If you put your hand like that and then try...
Yeah.
It's the only episode I've seen her on, but
it's like
the others
O.J. Simpson. Stick it on there. That's a swan.
That's a swan.
Yeah, that's a swan.
With the swan, it's all about authority. So watch this. Now they're webbed.
I don't know, man. People do everything nowadays.
That's
It's got a
gonna
little bit
hurt
out
the
there,
swan.
so.
You just ripped through its webbing.
You know when you said swan at the beginning?
Yeah.
Did you mean sparrow? David, it's time to take a guess. I mean, I don't know which way you're going to go on this.
Maybe a swan could be able to slip that over its foot, and maybe a swan would derive tremendous warmth from this incredibly thin and flimsy and short piece of material going an inconsiderable distance up its really rather long leg.
I think it's true.
Don't say that! Don't say, because that's the sort of... That's what happens to your mind in this game. You say, and you start thinking, oh yeah, of course, the fact that he said swan and it seems impossible is exactly what's so plausible about it.
Oh, this is BBC One.
If you people don't start taking this a bit more seriously, I'm going to bring my Uncle Ian out here again.
So what are you going to go for?
I think we're going to say lie.
Lie? You're saying it's a lie.
I'd just
David
like
or
to
Dr.
say,
T?
Rob,
Yes.
if it's true,
Yes.
I don't care.
David, truth or lie?
I'm afraid my tale of swan leg warmers is a lie.
Oh, see, I was wrong.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, the look of relief. Oh, my God. So I think they're on season 10 of this now.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And you can get it on all the usual streaming places. PrimeWire.ag is a good one, but those, why bother? You can get them on YouTube in usually better resolution, and yeah, they're great.
It's a pretty good show. I'd watch that.
Yeah, I've watched too much of it. I've watched a lot of it. And the problem is, it's one of those shows where you can't, it requires attention, so you know, my favorite is shows that I can not pay attention, like stand-up comedy. I can put that on. You don't have to watch it, really.
Yeah.
But that one, you have to pay attention, or you don't even know what's going on.
You know, it's really funny, and I'll kind of jump in on this a little bit. Is I have children. I miss out on so much cool shows because I have a 2-year-old that really enjoys watching Caillou and anything to do with Frozen.
Oh, God.
Okay, don't get me wrong. No, Caillou is worse than Frozen.
Oh,
Frozen
absolutely.
I can deal. But so, my phone is now taken over by my 2-year-old. The TV at most part is taken over. I get my little bit of quiet time. And it's time to go pick up my 8-year-old from school. So, hey, guess what? It's time for Xbox. So, even when I can try to get onto a computer and watch streaming, I have to pay attention to children, and I'm sad. I love my children.
I love my kids too, but man, do they take over everything. It's so insane. They get the whole downstairs of the house. I don't know if you've seen the downstairs, but it is so full of their crap.
No, your
Everything
wife won't
is
let me
theirs.
in the house, remember?
Oh, that's right. After the incident.
I'm still trying to get rid of that.
Pausing there so we can get that out.
Sorry.
It's all right. Let's wait until we get. And so, so they've taken over the whole downstairs, and they often will take over the entire, kitchen, eating area, and then they'll start taking over the living room. And I say, no, absolutely not. Yeah. No chance in. You want this room? I get the downstairs. I'll happily trade you. It's twice the size. Yeah. You don't get every room in the house. That's not.
We don't have a downstairs unless I put them under the crawl space.
Have you considered it?
No.
Oh, you should.
I'm sure I should. But
so
no,
rewarding.
we have a very small house, and so they like to invade our bedroom. We got a king-size bed. Donated to us. Very nice king-size bed. I never really knew that a king-size bed is square.
I mean, more or less,
It's a square bed, but it's really nice because when we first got it, we only had like 4 pillows. That's it.
God, here
now
we
we got 6, 7 pillows, so it's become more comfortable. My 2-year-old has figured out the center of the bed is the best place to be.
Of course. You got the most kicking room. So here's a fun one. Most people do not know this. Which is larger, a king or a California king?
California king.
They're the same size.
Oh my God!
They are the same number of square feet. A California king is longer, but skinnier. So people make this mistake. They go, I need, my wife, my husband, they take up too much room. We're getting the California king. And I say, no, unless you're 7 feet tall, you don't need a California, you need a king.
That's the deal though, is a lot of people don't know that.
Right.
And they also maybe some people have done their homework and know the difference between a regular king and a California king, and they want the length and not so much the
sure.
width. But I found when I first started sleeping in the king with my wife, it was like, honey, where are you?
Right. You roll over 2, 3 times, 4 times.
Yeah.
Nope. I guess I can fart. No, you can't. She's
No,
she's right
she's
there,
not happy about that.
and her mouth was open.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
what are you doing? Giving her a Dutch oven? No. She's asleep. Let me cover her head.
All right. Well, that was great.
I don't get invited that
Harem
much.
segments. So yeah. Just for fun, at the conclusion of this Would I Lie to You podcast, blah, 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 whatever. No, here's one more segment from Would I Lie to You. This one with Warwick Davis. Oh my God, he is so clever. He's the star of Life's Too Short. He's the star. He was in Star Wars, and he was in Harry Potter and Hitchhiker's Guide to the... He's great. Willow? Come on. You'll recognize him in a second. Here you go. One more segment of What I Lied to You. Here you go.
When I got my first car, my friend and I would pretend to be cops, park up, eat burgers, and tail cars we'd picked out of the traffic.
David's team.
How old were you at the time?
Well, I would have just passed my test, so 17.
What was your first car?
It was a Mini.
Could you indicate how you pretended to be cops?
We used to watch a lot of American films where cops normally sat in the car eating donuts and drinking coffee, and then they'd see somebody go by who might be a criminal, and they'd sort of throw the food and speed off. And so that's what we were doing, in essence.
So you were American cops?
Yeah.
And what were you eating?
Just normally a burger and some chips.
And how far would you let yourself get through the burger before you decide someone was a criminal and you throw it away?
Well, we let fate decide, really, because we would say the next green car that goes by, that's going to be the criminal.
How do you know how the police operate?
What happened when you caught up with them?
Well, we also set a rule that we would follow them all the way to where they were going.
It's starting to sound a bit sinister.
This has changed now.
And when they arrived, then we would just carry on. We wouldn't confront them or anything.
And how far was the furthest you went in pursuit?
Bulgaria. That was a really crap weekend, wasn't it? When are they going to stop? The bloke in the front's going, don't stop, there's a bloke following us. I don't know, Bulgaria, just keep going.
How far was the furthest you went? Like more than a mile, 2 miles?
Oh, more than that, but we'd never go out of the county. We lived in Surrey.
Because you had no jurisdiction.
Did you exceed the speed limit?
Well, if they did, we would then lose them because we didn't have authority to speed.
What did you think they were guilty of? What were their crimes? Why were you after them?
Just because we'd been told to.
Who was telling you?
Bring him in.
Yeah.
Did you have little radios? All units, we're looking for a green Ford Cortina, registration Alpha Papa Papa Alpha.
Didn't know Alan Bennett was a policeman.
Here we go. He said, we're looking for a car, it's just escaped. If anybody happens to see it, do take chase, but don't get too close.
David, I'm holding you responsible for that one.
I thought he'd already done it.
So what do you think, David?
I think it might be real.
I think
it might be true.
He had a bit of fun.
Well, I think we think it's true then.
Yeah.
I'm going to say true.
Yeah.
Warwick Davis, truth or lie?
It is the truth.
So I'm back with Ty, and we're doing a fun little react to a music video I love. I've seen this so many times. It's been out for years. It's on YouTube, and it's a cover of 46 and 2 by Tool, performed by what I believe is a middle school music program. And whoever made the video put a lot of work into it. So let's just tear into this here. Give us a little more volume.
Well, right off the bat, man, they're in a nice studio.
Yeah, it's not a poor person's school. That's undeniable.
Yeah.
And you'll see the kids are various in age, so it might be like a high school, but like...
Done with this one, I have another one you should watch. A little 8-9-year-old kid doing a... I can't remember the song right now, but once I think of it, I'll let you know. But this kid kicked ass drumming. It's like ferocious.
Yeah, the studio is absurd. Now, things like the bass line, that's not hard. Matching the drums, though. Look at how little that kid is.
Oh, I know where this is. This is School of Rock.
The actual one?
I'm pretty sure.
Is that an actual thing?
They have quite a few of those, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, what's fun is, I think the piano part was done at a completely different time. Yeah. And whoever shot it and put it together, my God, the amount of work.
No, what they've done, because you think the piano was at a later date, it's an artistic thing. It's very much a black and white artistic thing, and I like it.
Interesting choice having a rock wall in a soundstage.
I'm wondering if the rock itself is a sound dampening kind of thing.
Well, it would certainly give you a different profile.
Oh yeah, definitely nice sound in there. I'm sure.
And like they're doing lens flare, and I mean it's man. Whoever shot it certainly knows what the hell they're doing.
While we're watching this, I'll tell you a little story about my lovely wife, Amy.
All right.
A few years ago, we started doing Guitar Hero. My wife is one of the most incredible keyboardists, at work. I mean, just the pinky and everything.
Oh, I see.
She plays every song on hard
Huh.
and kicks ass.
So
I just want to tell you, I love my wife, Amy. You rock, sweetheart.
There was a case recently where this Twitch streamer was showing him playing Guitar Hero, and it was this song that was on the absolute hardest level, and it was like an impossibly hard song, and whoever he played against did the whole song perfect, and he missed like one or two, and he was furious. He said, whoever did that is obviously cheating. It's not real.
Yeah.
And it turns out the other guy was also Twitch streaming, and he's like the #1 ranked guy. It's like, you just got the wrong match, buddy. You just got the wrong match.
That kid's ferocious on the drums.
Isn't he? This is in terms of difficulty, a 10.
My nephew, Aaron French, he lives in Billings, Montana. He's in a band. He is an awesome drummer. There's another thumbs up to another guy. Aaron French in Billings, Montana, drummer. You're awesome.
It's hard to drum at that level in the first place, but to actually copy something that intricate. And it's just a rockin' song to begin with.
They're absolutely kicking ass. She sings great. The piano works great. Drums, bass. You're right. The video works awesome. It's kind of funny. Talking about drummers, I'm a big fan of Neil Peart.
Oh, wow.
Rush. And watching such a technical guy. This kid is awesome, though.
I like to, when I talk to drummers, I ask them who they think is the most influential drummer of the modern era.
Yeah.
And invariably they say Neil Peart. And I say, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because nobody has successfully copied that style.
No.
What he does has not made its way into mainstream music. But I'll tell you who is. Animal.
Animal, band the drums. Animal.
So look at even the Beatles, look at the Stones, look at everybody prior to the Muppets, and drummers were just chill. They were super chill.
Yeah.
And since everybody who grew up on Animal thinks that this is how you drum. You drum like a goddamn maniac. And I think music is better for it.
I'm going to have to stop you there, and I'm going to have to go say one name.
Uh-oh.
Keith Moon.
From?
The Who.
Oh.
You ever get a chance to pull up the video?
The Whom?
The Whom.
No, Brian, it doesn't work that way.
No, it's not like that. We're not being like proper. No, Keith Moon was an amazingly rabid drummer. And if you ever get a chance to pull up footage, wow, that kid's got really great bass work.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm really impressed by her voice, too.
Yeah, considering how young she is. Apparently there's other videos of her singing since then, but either I didn't care enough to look or, because really what got me in this video wasn't the singing, it was the whole...
That right there is why I like the bass player. He's putting in some movement. He's got some groove going on.
Sure.
He's getting that back leg, kicking it. Yeah, man.
Yep. It's just... And again, a great song to pick.
Oh, yeah. You could pull up these videos all day long, and I would enjoy them all.
Good.
It's absolutely fantastic. That was beautiful. That was awesome, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome. Well, you can see, you can watch the credits and see who did what. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was
And of course,
fantastic.
there'll be a link to that in the description because it's just a fun watch.
Check it out. Yeah, awesome.
All right. So that was a React video, though mostly just talking about stuff.
There was some reaction. I was impressed with a lot of it. I mean, if you want to do a reaction video, we could find something just make us go.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
But that's overly. Oh, that's an overreaction video.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly.
No, that was
what
cool.
would be.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you bet. So, well, guys, you know what? Well, it seems as though the podcast has run its course this week, and it's not exactly a bad thing. No, it's a good thing. Who cares? Give it a shot. See what happens. Share it with your friends. I dare ya. I double dog dare ya. Do it by going to glossynews.com/podcast and, not linking anybody to any of the segments or whole podcast. I get you guys. You like being detached. It's kind of your thing, and I get that, and I appreciate it. You fuckers. So, check me out at glossynews.com/podcast. Check out Greg the Hero, whose links are in the description. Check out Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com, who creates the intro and outro music. Meanwhile, Greg the Hero, he makes all the backing music. You guys don't care. That's fine. It's fine. So yeah, closing thought. And yeah, you can hear I'm losing my voice a bit. So what? It's fine. Closing thought. Sleeping in is considered being lazy, but going to bed early is considered virtuous. Who the fuck made those rules? I'm just asking. I've got so many questions. I've got so many questions. All right, guys. See you next Sunday for the regulars, next Monday for the rest. Take care. And I hope you guys, actually do take care of each other. And I will talk to you soon.